So the battle for supremacy and survival in Scotland continues. Celtic to catch Rangers at the top, Kilmarnock hoping Aberdeen don't catch them at the bottom. No time for sentiment, so lack of match practice did not cost McKinley a debut against his former club. Martin figures first time fitting with Celtic in October. Current casualties include defender Kevin McGowan and strikers Ali McCoy. Wright, ex-Celtic Marshall makes the bench. A knee injury has kept him out all season.
Yeah, they've missed Kevin McGowan, and there's no doubt about that, but it's good to see Martin Baker coming back into that left back spot. And both Martin Baker and Gus MacPherson will try and get down the outside as often as possible. In front of them, the usual faces: Reilly, Holt, Durrant, outside for most of the match. Plays a similar role to that of Paul Lambert at Celtic. Further forward, I just wondering, anytime I've seen Christophe Cocard played in a wider role, Bobby tells me tonight that he'll play up front with Andy Smith. I'm not convinced. I think he may break wide at times. If he does that, it's important that both Ian Durrant and Ali Mitchell get forward to support Andy Smith.
Well, Celtic's already depleted squad was further stretched when Morten Weghorst injured the knee in training yesterday. Lambert also crocked. Younger Irishman Colin Healy makes his first league appearance of the season. For various reasons, John Barnes is unable to call on defence Tevely, Stubbs and Raphael, but at least Tom Boyd returns after 5 months out with a back injury. Outcast Tommy Johnson is one of 3 strikers on the bench.
I had a brief word with John Barnes when Celtic arrived here at Rugby Park, and to quote him, he said Celtic were down to the bare bones. And certainly I take Charlie's point, the range of passing that Alan Stubbs done. But if you look across that back three, Riseth, Mjallby and Boyd, each of them seasoned international players. So I don't think Celtic can have too many complaints in terms of bringing in. Reggie Blinker, I think, gives him a good back-hand side, naturally left-sided player, which Celtic back at times. But I think the real responsibility tonight on the 2 youngsters, Colin Healy, still and Petrov in that area. Celtic normally build so much of their play from that area when Paul Lambert is a heavy weight on the shoulders of the 2 youngsters tonight.
It's second from bottom against second from top. It's the lowest scorers in the Scottish Premier League against the highest scorer. Tom Boyd is back to lead out Celtic for the first time since the second week of the season in August. It's the 3rd meeting between the teams this season. Celtic won the previous 2, so they're on course for their first whitewash of Kilmarnock for 17 years.
Come on, Healy!
Despite all their problems, Kilmarnock do have the second best defensive record outside of the old firm. They don't give much away. Scoring, however, has been hard work. Well, the problems in his early Celtic career are way behind. Viduka now, the giant Aussie, one of the best strikers with goals so far this season. That is one more than Kilmarnock's entire team have managed in the league. There'll be if will change that. Been on loan from Dunfermline, complete a move tomorrow. And to welcome back to Tom Boyd, captain, figuring for the first time since August. Kenny Clark's in charge. He did a great job in the Old Firm game at Ibrox. And if you can do that, you can do anything. Celtic position, playing catch-up, and no prizes for guessing who they're trying to catch. Rangers' predictable 5-0 romp against Aberdeen yesterday opened up a 7-point gap between the Old Firm fans. There really is no margin of error. You consider how abject Aberdeen have been this season, it must be a major worry for Bobby Williamson that Kilmarnock are only a point above the desperate Dons. They haven't won a league match for 4 months now. Celtic's intimidating huddle. Kilmarnock, though, will kick us off. Recent meetings between these two at Rugby Park have generally been tight affairs. Kilmarnock ready to give it their all tonight, and whilst A rather depleted Celtic will endeavour to produce some thrills and some skills. Strength and spirit could be just as important here. It may be a rather chilly night in Ayrshire, but the heat is on these two teams. Just 5, Aberdeen 0, Celtic their Glasgow rivals. Is it time for Kilmarnock to show us what they are all about?
I think there may be a certain amount of apprehension on both benches tonight. This winter break's new to us, and well, the players will be glad of the rest, and there'll be no question marks over the fitness. I think mentally the sharpness can drop if you haven't played for a few weeks, and it'll be interesting to see which of the two sides comes off the blocks the quickest tonight.
Celtic spent some of their winter break in Portugal on the Algarve. Kilmarnock went to Spain. I went to Berkovic to see a match. It's not quite the same.
Decent game, yeah.
It was actually. Tom Boyd's throw, flipped on by Viduka, but it's covered by the Frenchman Frederick Dindeleux. Healy leading this Celtic charge. Berkovic. Kilmarnock in a perilous position, second from bottom in the table. This is Christophe Cocard, who's played for France 10 times. Retrieved by Holt. Gus MacPherson, who missed the previous 4 games. Solid servant to Kilmarnock, and here he is putting Moravcik under pressure. Boyd. Viduka was always going to win that, but there was no one nearby. Meldrum has held on to his place, although Gould and Marshall on the bench today will be pushing for a return. Celtic won 1-0 here in September, and thrashed Kilmarnock 5-1 at Celtic Park in October. This is Jim Lauchlan. MacPherson. Cocard needs to turn it. He was then caught by Blinker. Free kick taken quick, and Gary Holt is chasing it. Boyd takes the safe option, although I think he might have meant to put the hand for a throw.
Yeah, come on, look as if they're up for it in, they're lively, pressing the ball well, and Celtic I think are in for an examination tonight down here.
They're not hanging around. Gary Holt gets the cross in. Moravcik and Lauchlan. Martin Baker. Reilly. Andy Smith the target, and he was certainly tussling with Tom Boyd then.
Yeah, forwards don't get penalties for that. He's certainly backing in as you would expect him to, and they very rarely get the benefit of the doubt in that situation.
Durrant. Durrant getting booed by the Celtic fans, of course. And the free kick goes against him this time in favour of Riseth.
Well, he's going to work every one of those Celtic back three tonight, and he's backing in, and Tommy Boyd, all he does there is stand his ground, and John Barnes would have been disappointed had he not done that. Bobby sees it differently, predictably, but I think Kenny Clark's right.
Kilmarnock, a league match here at Rugby Park since the second week of the season when they beat Aberdeen. One home win in 9. That's why they are where they are, struggling near the foot of the table. Berkovic, losing out to Reilly. Gary Holt could be away here. Smith in the middle, won't reach him, cut out by Mjallby, but here's Cocard. Ripped off his try by Petrov. Kilmarnock though, certainly fired up. It's Baker. Mitchell. Durrant now. Oh, it just bobbled off his boot. Mark Reilly trying to make the most of it, and it's actually going to come here to his cross, far too high for Smith. Celtic were almost static then. Berkovic. Moravcik. Skipping past Lauchlan and looking for Viduka. Too much on it though.
Well, I think he's happier getting the ball into feet, Mark Viduka. Certainly no slouch, he's quick enough, but he prefers the ball to feet rather than in behind. Kilmarnock have made a very lively start here tonight. And Cocard has been given the free role. We've seen him left, we've seen him right. He's not going to play as a striking partner to Andy Smith. Smith will play up front on. And in terms of doing so, Kilmarnock are going to have to get some support to him. Either Ali Mitchell or Ian Durrant are going to have to get forward for the knockdowns.
Hessey Blinker making a rare league start. Lauchlan. Smith. Unable to do much with that. Nobody was more frustrated about it than him. McNamara. Healy. Viduka with plenty of support. Here's McNamara. And Viduka heads it just wide, but Celtic's first warning for Kilmarnock.
Yeah, well worked move there. Viduka holding off Dindeleux here, release McNamara. And it's a good ball in from McNamara. And look at Viduka trying to find the space here. And that's a good ball, plenty of pace on it. And Mark Viduka just couldn't direct the ball on target, but a well-worked move down that right-hand side from Celtic. And once again we see McNamara involved, and he looks a far better player now that Celtic have gone to a 3 and pushed the 2 wing-backs forward.
Cocard leaves it for MacPherson, and now Holt gives it back to Gus MacPherson. Poor pass though, cut out by Petrov. Boyd going to go to Martin Baker though. He gives it straight back to the young Irishman, Healy. Durrant making progress. And clipped by McNamara. Be a free kick without a doubt.
Yeah, it was delightful footwork from Ian Durrant, under real pressure, and caught late by McNamara. And Kilmarnock will want to get this man on the ball as often as possible tonight. Such an influence on this Kilmarnock side.
Durrant, of course, takes the free kick. Smith's glancing header, comfortable for Jonathan Gould, really.
Yeah, just couldn't get enough power on it. Decent ball in here. Johan Mjallby goal side though, and Andy Smith just couldn't get enough power on it.
In their last game before the winter break, Celtic drew 1-1 with Rangers. And that was their first draw, would you believe, in 35 games, stretching back to March, since they drew 0-0 here. John Barnes would like rather more than a draw today. Certainly recent history favours Celtic. They've only lost 2 of their last 22 meetings with Kilmarnock. Tom Boyd. Berkovic. Viduka. Pushing off Lauchlan's barge. And Baker calmly back to Meldrum. Free kick to Kilmarnock. Riseth, the Norwegian international, versatile. He's played in every position of our goalkeeper in his career.
Yeah, I think he's far more comfortable when he's asked. And he really hasn't let Celtic down any time he's been asked to play there. Playing centrally tonight, Johan Mjallby and Tom Boyd on either side, and he looks quite at home.
Healy. Berkovic. Moravcik, here's Viduka, hovering. Blinker, Berkovic. Petrov to Viduka. Lauchlan sticking close, and Gary Holt is there to hassle him also. Viduka currently with 19 goals. Healy. He knows where he's going, and he's going to get the free kick for the... Where is he? The free kick is going the other way.
Yeah, I thought it was unlucky there. Good play here by Colin Healy. Nice little nutmeg there on Gary Holt. Well, I think Andy Smith trips there. You can see the confidence of this young man, Colin Healy, of whom at Celtic Park. Young lad with a great engine, he'll get up and down for you all night.
First league appearance of the season. He did figure in the UEFA Cup early in the campaign against Cocard, the qualifier. Mjallby. He is going to get the free kick, trying to keep his feet.
Yeah, I think he was caught there by Mark Reilly. Just skips away here from Mark Reilly and he's caught there. You really can't afford to let Berkovic turn and run at you.
Reggie Blinker. Boyd is inside of him. Back from Boyd to Blinker. And that won't present too much of a problem for Colin Meldrum, 24-year-old who competes in 19 games this season, but none in the last 9 since September, in fact. Blinker. Petrov ran into MacPherson. Did well though to... Ooh, that's a shocker from Blinker. It's Christoph Cocard. Holt. Reilly. Leaves it for Durrant. Because put on the left, and Lauchlan was trying to find him, but it cannoned off Berkovic. Petrov. Got that all wrong. Durrant. And Cocard unable to keep it in play.
Yeah, it's unusual, Ian, because this lad's technique is different class. He really is a very, very accomplished footballer. Might be the wrong side of 30 these days, but he really is a very, very decent footballer.
There he is rising, the Frenchman, signed on a free transfer from Lyon. Here's Moravcik, but back it goes from Dindeleux. Johan Mjallby for Celtic. flick from Martin Baker, but it is going to be a throw to Celtic. Let that run. Celtic this season actually have 13 more points than they did at this stage last season, but sadly for them, Rangers have a few more too. Dindeleux. And now it's Durrant slipping it through here, and Cocard crowded out in the end, but it nearly opened up for the Frenchman. There's another Frenchman, Dindeleux. Smith let it go. Boyd clear.
Great quality a moment ago from Ian Durrant and Cocard. The first touch ball from Durrant, a delightful first touch from Cocard as well. It just wouldn't fall for him. Squeezed out eventually by Tom Boyd.
Berkovic now. Viduka. The referee letting Kilmarnock get on with it, which is strange. They didn't have much of that. Clark in charge.
And it's Gary Holt again, though, who's back on his own goal line. And the engine of Colin Healy earlier on. I don't know what Gary Holt's on, but he'll be up and down this pitch all night. So important for Kilmarnock.
Rugby Park hardly a fortress for Kilmarnock. They've only won 2 of their last 16 home games, both of those against Aberdeen.
Now there you see, it's a decent start Kilmarnock have made.
Viduka managed to help that on to Berkovic, and here's Moravcik. Celtic on the break. Moravcik tucks it through. Well, I think we can safely say he was offside then.
Yeah, I mean, if he was going to play Berkovic in, he should have delivered the ball earlier. He comes inside here, and by the time he plays Berkovic in, they're both offside. It was a good supporting run by Berkovic. He just wanted played in quicker.
It was a close one there, wasn't it? Not. Smith now looking to release Cocard. Celtic currently second in the table, a position Kilmarnock actually held for a large part of last season. For most of this season, being second from bottom. Dindeleux. Mjallby won it. Healy. McNamara. It's a Kilmarnock throw. Bobby Williamson hoping that his team can pull off a result today, with Aberdeen just a point behind them at the bottom. Bit of a nightmare when they returned from last season's winter break. Kilmarnock crashed out of the Scottish Cup to their local rivals Ayr and faded in the league. Celtic, when they came back last season, went on a great run in contrast. Durrant finding MacPherson. Oh, that's a wicked cross as well. Right across the face of goal. Was that a push by Mjallby?
That's a wonderful delivery from Gus MacPherson. A great switch first of all by Ian Durrant to release him on the right hand side. The early ball in. And that's a tremendous ball in across the face of goal. I don't think Andy Smith needed much encouragement to go down here under pressure from Johan. But it's a delivery from the wide right position from Gus MacPherson.
Well, Andy Smith has got a booking and he hasn't even got a call. The referee showing a yellow card to Smith, and although Kilmarnock were about to take the corner, it was pulled back by Kenny Clark for a goal kick. So Andy Smith gets the first yellow card of the game. Berkovic slipping it through to Healy, and a good intervention from Dindeleux. MacPherson scuffed into the stand.
Yeah, it took a bobble in. Gary Holt had made a good run there. In a bobble as Gus MacPherson tried to release him.
MacPherson's throw on by Smith, comes back to him. McNamara's clearance won't go very far, but he might get to it. Oh, he does have it. McNamara, here's a chance for Healy to break, but Gary Holt, that's as far as he's going to go. Durrant. Cocard finding MacPherson. Boyd beats Holt to it. Played the first 2 games of the season, Tom Boyd, and this is his first match since, after a really frustrating back problem. Kilmarnock have already lost 9 times this season. They only lost 8 times throughout the whole of last season. Bobby Williams has been playing quite well without getting much reward at times. I guess most teams in their sort of position probably say that.
I think the urgency of the situation has been lost in the play. I think we can see that being reflected in the performance tonight. I think Bobby Williamson will be well pleased with the way his side has started this game.
Gary Holt, a former Celtic, certainly involved in the thick of it was hit and hope from Boyd that time. Here's Petrov. Healy. Berkovic. Oh, he could be away here. Wonderful work from Berkovic, and he finds Viduka. And Viduka goes past Lauchlan. Forced a little wide, and it's a corner. And that tackle had to be just right for Mitchell.
The impression was that Mitchell did play the ball. Well worked move there by Celtic. Berkovic does well to get away from Jim Lauchlan here. Mitchell does a good piece of defensive work here, and I think he plays the ball there. I don't think there's much doubt about that. Tracks Mark Viduka all the way back, and yeah, he takes the ball there. You see that quite clearly.
Berkovic with 1 or 2 words to say to Kenny Clark, but a correct call. Celtic's corner, captured by Colin Meldrum, and that was a tough one.
Yeah, he made it look easy. It was a good catch.
Swung in by Moravcik, of course. Here is a free kick to Kilmarnock, which they might benefit from as Durrant tries to get away, but credit to Reggie Blinker. He now has to shake off Holt, who's everywhere, and he can't shake him off. Cocard. He's done well. Ali Mitchell. Reilly. Durrant. This is Baker. And Holt header! Super save from Jonathan Gould to push it away.
Great header from Gary Holt there. We're not expecting anybody to score from this range. He's 14 yards out, but he gets plenty on the header. And it's enough to make Jonathan Gould very quickly at his right hand post. That's a good save from Jonathan Gould. And Gary Holt did ever so well getting forward into the box there to get on the end of that Martin Baker cross.
Durrant's corner. It'll come back to him eventually, perhaps. trouble with it as Holt tries to bundle his way through. Durrant does get another cross in, but Blinker with the chance to lead a Celtic charge. And again, perhaps not. Certainly Kilmarnock hardly look like a team that are second from bottom on the evidence of what we've seen so far. Celtic, of course, decimated by injuries and other problems, but still with enough talent out there to cause Kilmarnock problems, although they haven't presented them with too many in the opening 25 minutes.
Yeah, Kilmarnock most of the game, but I think Bobby's at a stage now he'd rather play badly and take the points. He really, at the moment, has nothing to show. Start the critical part about this game, particularly in Kilmarnock's position.
Feet were high from Ali Mitchell.
Yeah, leading with the studs there, and Riseth did the wise thing, just ducking out of it.
Kilmarnock have been second from bottom since they 5-1 Celtic at the end of October. Viduka conceding a free kick now, and the home fans not too impressed with him. Moravcik offside against Berkovic. Smith rising, Holt in there as well. Riseth back to Gould, despite the presence of Cocard. Blinker. Moravcik to Berkovic. Healy. McNamara. Viduka. Reilly decided that he'd had enough of Viduka, and it's been that for him and for Celtic so far.
Yeah, because that Kilmarnock were giving him the 3 players round him, and they're well aware of the danger of Mark Viduka should they give him any room.
Lauchlan did well then to pick out Mitchell. Here's Smith. He ran into trouble though in the shape of Mjallby. Berkovic. Blinker. And everyone seemed to think each other was going for that. In the end it's sent into touch. Berkovic. Healy. McNamara to Petrov. Blinker. Lubomir. No way past, not yet anyway. Moravcik delivers a wonderful cross, and McNamara was coming in. Kilmarnock survived that scare. Baker. Smith. Now Gary Holt just drifted away from him. Petrov is the man with him. Kilmarnock aiming to create another opening here. Baker slams it in. Mitchell steps out and finds Berkovic. Looked for Moravcik. It will go to him eventually. Oh, Moravcik ghosting past MacPherson. Here's McNamara. And the final letting Celtic down. Petrov. Blinker. Boyd continues outside. Oh, lovely ball through from Blinker to Viduka. And Mark Viduka has scrambled it in. And against the run of play, Celtic are in front. It's goal number 20 of the season for Viduka.
Well, it's all down to his movement. He just drifts in behind Jim Lauchlan here. He's in front of Freddie. Behind Jim Lauchlan as the ball's played through. Lauchlan gets the first touch, and it's a wicked deflection off the Kilmarnock defender that beats Colin Meldrum. Coming off Jim Lauchlan here, Meldrum wrong-footed, and Celtic ahead with their first real genuine effort of the match here. Lauchlan goal side takes the wicked deflection, and it good enough to put Celtic ahead, and he's not complaining at all because Celtic really haven't started and they find themselves a goal ahead.
Viduka's 28th goal in 34 games for Celtic. Not bad, eh? MacPherson and Blinker almost got involved. It was not the greatest of challenges, I think, this from Blinker.
I think Gus MacPherson's lucky to get his leg out of the way there.
Spoken to because of his reaction, which I guess was pretty natural actually. No card shown. Lauchlan's free kick. Durrant. Was that a handball? Kenny Clark would have had a perfect view of that. Flicked away by Kilmarnock, who are carrying on from where they left off before Viduka struck for Celtic.
Yeah, it's a sore one for Kilmarnock to take because they played well tonight, passed it well, good movement, and they find themselves a goal down, and they really just have to pick themselves up here and get back on with the job.
Durrant's corner, and Gary Holt tried to squeeze that one in and failed.
Yeah, he's outside the front post here. He's going to do well to beat Jonathan Gould from that angle.
Who set up the goal. Mjallby. Gary Holt. That was a real smash and grab job from Celtic to take the lead in this game. Dindeleux's header. Goal from Viduka, Celtic's 54th in league, their 72nd overall. Only one team in Britain has scored more league goals than Celtic, and that's Barnsley. McNamara, they're in the hunt for another here. McNamara through to Viduka, offside. Offside against the Aussie.
Well, my first reaction was that he was offside, but the flag was very, very late. Here, it's very tight. Marginal, but look how late the flag is here as Gus MacPherson tries to get back goal side of Mark Viduka. It's Jackie McNamara who plays him in. It's very, very tight. The linesman had a long look at it before he raised the flag. Now it's certainly onside, I think, with the player in the left back position. It's Jim Lauchlan, I think, who's playing him onside. And the linesman took a long, long time to put the flag up.
MacPherson was the man who tracked Viduka then and was injured in the process. Ian Wright signing a few autographs, an Arsenal legend, so I'm sure he'll be watching tomorrow night, because our Monday night match is not bad really. Manchester United against Arsenal, it's on Sky Sports 1, and there's interactive coverage on Sky Sports Extra. It should be, as usual, a cracking contest. It's time to get his Celtic cap on though. Ian Wright on the bench today, and because of Celtic's problems, it's a very attack-minded bench. There's also on there Mark Burchill, Tommy Johnson and Bobby Petta.
Well, this was the goal that mattered tonight. The ball in by Reggie Blinker. And Mark Viduka had managed to get away first from Freddie Dindeleux. Jim Lauchlan ended up goal side. Colin Meldrum ever so unlucky, beaten by the deflection.
MacPherson still receiving. Kilmarnock temporarily a man down, but also a goal down. Blinker. Celtic getting into their stride. And Blinker is in some stride here. Oh, and he pulled it back, it just went behind Viduka, who slipped. Berkovic. Blinker again. And there's a flag up.
Yeah, Mark Viduka not happy, it's an offside given against him. Clearly not happy. A few marginal decisions tonight.
Berkovic. McNamara now. Petrov leaving it, and this is a good man to leave it to, Moravcik.
Oh, once again Berkovic had made a great run, he needed it earlier though.
Kilmarnock may think this is typical of their season, but they trail, and they're getting a little bit sloppy. Holt making himself available. Mitchell nearby, but Healy closer by. McNamara. Free kick in favour of Jackie McNamara, who was certainly outnumbered then.
Yeah, it's 3 against 1 here. I think Kenny Clark's spot on with the decision.
MacPherson has returned to action for Kilmarnock. Here's Mjallby. Now Viduka. Dindeleux with him. Somebody needs to be with him. Berkovic. It's a lot less crowded where McNamara is. Colin Healy. Trying to make the most of a pretty poor pass. Holt. Baker. Durrant. Kilmarnock without a win in 11 league games, stretching back to September. They have the worst home record in the Scottish Premier League. Person outside of him. Cocard leaves it for Mark Reilly, took a deflection, it's in! Kilmarnock benefit from a deflection this time, but you can be sure that Mark Reilly will claim that.
Yeah, he's not complaining at all, Ian. 1 each in goals, 1 each in deflections as well. Perhaps no more than Kilmarnock deserved. Cocard does brilliantly here to make the space in the first place. Decides to step out the way. Reilly obviously gave him a good early shout. And he's walking onto this mark, Reilly. Good connection. And there wasn't anything Jonathan Gould could do about the deflection at all as it came off Riseth. And no more, I think, than Kilmarnock deserved tonight.
So, Kilmarnock with an equaliser that perhaps everyone watching as a Celtic fan would feel their efforts are probably deserved so far this evening. But I'm sure the Celtic fans are cursing me for saying that. Here's Durrant. And cursing me for mentioning his name as well. Baker. Durrant. Lauchlan to Holt. And that's a decent delivery to Cocard, who was fouling Mjallby.
Yeah, Christophe Cocard up early there, hands all over Johan Mjallby. It's going to take something a bit special anyway to the Swedish international.
4 minutes of the first half remaining, and it's proving to be a rather intriguing affair between second from bottom and second. McNamara ahead of him. Well, to just nudge it back to McNamara, and now I'll Blinker. Healy for Petrov. Moravcik offside against Berkovic. John Barnes a little subdued now after his delight at Mark Viduka's goal. 10 actions in this first half. MacPherson. Cocard. Cocard showing what he's all about. Here's Durrant showing what he's all about. Nearly went through to Smith, but cleared by Mjallby. Meldrum has completely miskicked that. Viduka could be in here. He is in. It's Viduka, and the little touch, the little nudge was important then from Dindeleux.
Came from a slack clearance from Colin Meldrum, who had time to take a touch. And Kilmarnock ended up stretched here as Mark Viduka got his way almost to the byline. Meldrum did well to charge it down. It all came from that slack clearance from Colin Meldrum.
Celtic have scored the majority of their goals lately in the second half of matches. We'll be hoping it will be the case again here if they are to return to within 4 points of Rangers. 23 of Celtic's last 33 goals scored in the second half of games, and yes, someone was sad enough to count them all up. Durrant. Now it might open up here for Kilmarnock. Mitchell looking for Smith. Andy Smith through to Cocard. Great block by Riseth.
Yeah, it certainly was. He matched the run of Christophe Cocard all the way here. Good switch by Ali Mitchell to Andy Smith. Puts Cocard in. And Riseth in exactly the right position to make the challenge. Look at Riseth get himself across here. That's great defence.
So right on the stroke of time, Kilmarnock have a corner, which of course will be taken by Ian Durrant. Holt knocked it behind though. Second time in the game he's done something like that. So just 1 minute of time to be added on, and we are in that. Dindeleux, Smith, Cocard, Mitchell is there with him. Will settle for the throw. Mitchell, Baker. It's going to trickle through to Reilly. It's going to dribble away for a goal kick. It's half-time at Rugby Park. And it's some contest between these two teams at opposite ends of the table. Viduka put Celtic ahead with the aid of a deflection. Reilly equalised for Kilmarnock with the aid of a deflection. Precise pass from Blinker, and it just cannoned off Lauchlan, much to the delight of John Barnes, manager of the month in Scotland. But Kilmarnock's efforts were finally rewarded when Reilly's shot was diverted into seemingly on Riseth. A rather intriguing 45 minutes ahead, methinks, here. These two teams locked together at the break. It's Kilmarnock 1, Celtic 1. Celtic 7 points behind the leaders Rangers. They've already lost 3 more games than Rangers have this season. They really can't afford to lose too many more. Kilmarnock hoping to win a few games for a change. Just 2 successes for them throughout the entire campaign in the Scottish Premierleague. And that will have to be improved. Celtic start the second half. No changes on either side.
That then
Reilly's drive. Maybe Kilmarnock felt they were due a bit of fortune, especially after Viduka, who's on the ball now. So his effort cannoning off Lauchlan. Blinker. Here's Moravcik. And Meldrum will collect under no real pressure.
Yeah, but Viduka lost Freddie Dindeleux once again there. And that's the danger at the moment, I think, for Kilmarnock. Ian, Viduka's movement really is giving Jim Lauchlan and Dindeleux problems.
I don't think that was quite what the Meldrum planned, but the situation rescued by Durrant. Put that through to Mitchell. Gould unable to add to his rather impressive sheet this season. 12 and 24 games. It's 1-1. It's Jim Lauchlan. Baker. Durrant. Mitchell. Ian Durrant. Towards Cocard, but away by Petrov. Berkovic has it. Blinker. Moravcik. Petrov. Poor touch from Viduka. Mjallby. Healy. Here's Viduka. Dindeleux coming across. There is support from Berkovic. McNamara. Blocked by Baker. Mitchell just beaten on it, and it'll be a throw. Dumped on by Smith and Mitchell. Finding Cocard, who's got Reilly steaming outside of him. And it'll be a corner to Kilmarnock. So opportunity knocks as Durrant sends the corner in, but it's quickly dispatched by Petrov. Moravcik's presence unnerving. He did well in the end.
Yeah, they all do well in that midfield area for Kilmarnock. They really do put in a great shift for Bobby Williamson.
Oh, Smith has released Cocard. There's not much support at the moment. He might have to do it alone. And Mjallby gets in his way. Oh, Riseth's clearance. Got a second chance as Holt, unsurprisingly, put him under pressure. Reilly. Durrant. Here's MacPherson. Blinker has to concede the throw. MacPherson takes it eventually. Cocard. Oops. What to forget for Durrant.
Yeah, I don't know what he was trying there. I think the ball was Martin Baker who made a good run round the outside there for Christoph Cocard. You see Baker on the overlap here. Decides to square it to Durrant. One he wouldn't want to see.
Free kick now going in Celtic's favour. Here's McNamara. Mjallby. Away by Dindeleux. Kilmarnock seeking only their third win of the Scottish Premier League season, and certainly giving it a real go. Jim Lauchlan has taken a bit of a knock there, David.
Yeah, I think it was a tangle a few moments ago with Mark Viduka. Ian, and he's come off second best in it.
Mitchell. Challenge from Petrov. Moravcik seems to have taken a bit of a knock now. He's had a whack on the head. And Scott will see to him.
Yeah, it's Gus MacPherson who's tight against Moravcik there. MacPherson's entitled to go and win that. And he's taken a sore one as well. But the game very evenly poised, and a difficult one to call, this one.
MacPherson just back from injury. His 10th season now with Kilmarnock, former Rangers man. MacPherson and Moravcik have been patched up, and we can continue. Healy. And Moravcik, I'm afraid to put his head in there, but it comes to nothing for Celtic. Will this come to something for Kilmarnock? MacPherson looking for Holt. Will be marshalled out to play though by Boyd. He's made a steady return after 5 months out. Celtic with so many defenders unavailable today. Cocard now. He's full of tricks, but Blinker knew that particular trick.
Yeah, he did well, Reggie Blinker there. Not a part of his game that he's noted for, but he did well to work his way back.
Andy Smith muscles in. Riseth is quickly closed by Baker. Here's Smith. What a chance! Oh, Gould's leg just kept it out. That was a really close call for Celtic. And Smith is still down in the box.
Oh, it's a terrific save from Jonathan Gould with his left foot here. Riseth, a moment of slackness here. And once it breaks to Andy Smith, good composure here, just checks inside onto his left side, and Jonathan Gould does well. And that, if anything, is where Celtic have missed Alan Stubbs tonight, that little bit of composure at the back. And that's a decent chance for Andy Smith there, and Celtic have Jonathan Gould to thank once again.
Andy Smith ready to complete the permanent move from Dunfermline this week. He, incredibly enough, in his long career hasn't scored against Celtic in 22 games against them for Airdrie and for Dunfermline. Reminder of our Monday night football. Some game that. One of the games of the season. It's Manchester United, remember them? They take on Arsenal, and it's on Sky Sports 1, and of course interactive coverage on Sky Sports Extra. Football all the way this week. Sky Sports. Andy Smith just about okay. These two teams could meet again in the league final, of course, unless that man has something to say about it, because Hearts play Kilmarnock shortly in their delayed quarter-final with the winners up against Celtic. Mitchell. Back by Colin Healy. Here's Boyd. Next week, it's the Scottish Cup that is beckoning for these two teams. Both handed pretty decent home draws. Celtic against Inverness, Cali Thistle. Kilmarnock against the Whitehill Welfare, or Alloa, who replay, all being well, tomorrow night. They have been trying to replay for a while. Here's Berkovic. Moravcik. I don't think they quite knew which one was going to have that. Petrov, Celtic certainly taking the long way around at the moment. Here's Berkovic. Now Blinker. Cross cut out by Lauchlan, but it'll be a corner.
There's a chance to deliver a good ball there, just couldn't clear the first defender there, Jim Lauchlan defending the front post. It's the first time in the second half that Celtic have strung a few passes together.
Celtic's second corner. The first taken by Moravcik, and how about that for a corner? away by Meldrum and Kilmarnock. On the break. With Cocard. Smith. Baker hasn't given up the cause yet, and McNamara just about eluded him. Petrov. Berkovic. Now Blinker. Now Moravcik. Neat turn from Moravcik, surely offside against Viduka. It is.
Yeah, Dindeleux did well, just stepped up in time, so did Martin Baker. Viduka reckoned he was on. Moravcik did well to make the space inside Jim Lauchlan, and he's half a yard there. Dindeleux gets out just in time. You can see, and that's really down to the way Kilmarnock play. They hold a very solid line, defend up the pitch, and they live dangerously at time, but they're good at it.
Cocard. MacPherson. Away by Riseth. Cocard again. And another late lunge on him is going to bring a card for Boyd.
Yeah, he might try and put this lack of match practice. Tom Boyd, we can have no complaints at all. He's well late with the challenge on Cocard.
So, yellow card for Tom Boyd. Cocard in agony. Smith amongst those waiting for this, and the Kilmarnock fans would love to see him on the end of it, but it might go to Mitchell. Here's Cocard popping up everywhere. Away by Blinker though, to Moravcik. Here's Durrant. Smith, and Holt is in here, and it's going to come to Cocard. Took a horrible bubble, but it's not away yet, and Reilly has another go, collected by Gould.
Yeah, Cocard, I think, just defeated here by the state of the goalmouthing, which is cut up pretty badly. Gary Holt in behind Blinker, good square ball, and the ball's bouncing all over the place, difficult one to catch. And the second effort, no real trouble from Gus MacPherson for Jonathan Gould.
Through to Viduka. And it's another clash involving Cocard and Petrov this time, and a yellow card to Petrov.
Yeah, it's good skill by Cocard here. Petrov just nipping away at him there. Delightful touch here from Cocard. Petrov nipping away there. There's not a great deal in it. A bit of petulance at the end, but I don't know. Too many yellow cards around these days for my liking.
Baker. Cocard. Here's Durrant. Away by Petrov, but a Kilmarnock throw. Game is on the edge. Andy Smith
Yeah, I'm just surprised with the way Celtic are playing this game. They appear to be happy to sit in, maybe confident they can win this match on the break. And I tend to agree with Charlie when he said at half-time, they have to show more here.
Here's Berkovic. Blinker. Moravcik stepping away from a few challenges, and Dindeleux had to get to that because otherwise Berkovic and Viduka were ready to cause havoc. Picked in by McNamara. Mjallby finds Healy and probably gets it back. Moravcik. Healy. Viduka. Oh, he's done well, Viduka. Took a little deflection. Blocking again, I think it was. And I think for the goal. Mitchell. Cocard. Given away by McNamara. Durrant picks out Mitchell. It's for Kilmarnock. Cocard and Smith in the middle. Won't get as far as them though. Durrant. Smith.
Durrant wanted it back there. I mean, Durrant's becoming more of an influence in this game.
Moravcik. Viduka is putting himself about, as you might expect. But again, Kilmarnock are going to go on the attack. Well, no, they won't, because Cocard has run it over the line. Celtic have won 7 of their 10 away games this season, but 3 defeats at Rangers, Dundee United and Motherwell, proving costly so far as they attempt to keep up with their neighbours in the city of Glasgow. Berkovic. Blinker. Moravcik. Mitchell to bring it away. And he's going to keep running. And running. Cocard. Durrant sends it in. Great cross. Smith's header. And it was really awkward for Gould.
Well, I thought they'd lost their chance here. I thought they should have played it earlier. But it's a good ball whipped in there to the back post from Ian Durrant. And a decent header there from Andy Smith. Back across Jonathan Gould. And it's a good save here. Jonathan Gould coming across onto his right side here and has to check back onto his left. And it does enough.
Durrant. Holt. Oh, it's free to Cocard. Holt wanted it back. It was Riseth who got in the way of Cocard's cross though. But Kilmarnock threatening again. Here's Reilly. Baker. Back to MacPherson. Holt. Oh, nearly managed to squeeze it through. Petrov. McNamara. Healy. Poor from Petrov. Here's Gary Holt. Durrant, fouled by Healy.
Yeah, he did well in Durrant. He was under pressure, managed to get his body in between Paul and Healy and the ball.
Here's Baker. Reilly. Mitchell. Well, he came out of that with the ball. And that was a peach of a pass. Oh, it would have been had the flag not gone up. Durrant for Baker.
Yeah, I think he wanted it earlier, but he really shouldn't be caught offside in this position. Looking across to the last defender there, it's very, very tight. Nothing in that at all.
Smith now ready to tease and torment Celtic again. Durrant. Another cracking cross from him, and Smith in there. Scrambled away. Berkovic. Viduka was ready to latch onto that. Fortunately for Kilmarnock, Lauchlan was in the way, but Celtic wanted to come back for a bit more, but Ali Mitchell did superbly. Durrant. Oh, it's a free kick. For the foul by Petrov.
Yeah, Petrov not amused at all. I think if you're fans, you're expecting your midfield players to work back like that. I don't think there's a great deal in that. Durrant sets himself here for the shot. Not a great deal in it. But it does come on at a free kick. Perhaps a chance to get a shot on target and make this man work a bit.
So what can Ian Durrant conjure up here? He picks out Baker. They'll try again with Reilly. Ooh, Smith. Right latch onto it, and Celtic looking to break.
And once again it's Gary Holt who does the shift back the way. And what a productive night he's had.
Healy did very well to poke that through. Moravcik. Oh, he's gone for goal! And he nearly found it. Colin Meldrum did well to keep hold of that.
Well, he's capable of scoring in this kind of situation here. Just checks inside Gus MacPherson onto his right side, just tries to whip it in. I think he's going for the back post there. And Colin Meldrum did enough to make the catch. But it's a lesson there for Cocard to give the ball away cheaply in a dangerous area. They might just be punished there.
Celtic give it away. Mjallby to Mitchell, who is tripped by Jackie McNamara, and that's going to be a yellow card for him.
Early Mitchell just nicks the ball here as Jackie McNamara makes a challenge, and again Kenny Clark's perfectly positioned. And Jackie McNamara would know as soon as he made that challenge he was looking at a yellow.
Durrant. Here's Baker. Comes back to Durrant. Bobbled rather awkwardly. Mitchell being told to calm down by Kenny Clark.
Yeah, I think he felt it was your free kick here, the challenge by Colin Healy.
Celtic looking ragged again then. They are going to make a change though. Celtic, and Richie Baker's going to make way for Ian Wright. Well, if anyone can nick a goal for you, this man can. Ian Wright on for Celtic.
Yeah, I think they had to make that change. Either Burchill or Wright, one of the pair, and that'll mean Moravcik, I think, will just take a step back now and play left midfield.
Berkovic now to Moravcik. Dindeleux with a not very convincing attempt to clear it. Viduka trying to barge his way through. And here's Berkovic. And oh, he's got the free kick for Mitchell's challenge.
I don't think there's a lot in that. I think Ali Mitchell does well there. All he's doing is closing Lyle Berkovic down there in a dangerous area. Celtic get the benefit of the doubt, and with the likes of Moravcik around, it could be a costly one to give away there.
Plenty of bodies in the Kilmarnock wall. It will be Lubomir Moravcik! Ooh, just wide, but he's so good at those.
Yeah, gets the ball up quickly, on a top spin to bring it down quickly as well, but it's just wide of the target. And by his standards, that's a poor effort, but he gets the ball up and down so very quickly. Didn't really threaten Colin Meldrum there. If you put that down as a missed chance, that's how high his standards are.
Scored 5 goals in his last 7 games after a barren spell at the start of the season. Riseth fending off Cocard. Are we going to get a winner in this game? Still, these two teams locked together at 1-1. Harris will chase this, but Riseth is always going to get there first. Durrant delivers. Away by Healy. Lauchlan slams it back. Healy's given it away. He hasn't done that tonight. Now Ian Wright's going to chase this, but it will be covered by Martin Baker and away by Meldrum, despite Wright's efforts to close him down. The final quarter of an hour at Rugby Park. Viduka, such a handful. McNamara ends up getting the throw. Berkovic. Moravcik. Holt snapping away at him again, and that'll be a free kick for obstruction by Gus MacPherson, who's going to get a yellow card.
Yeah, it's certainly a free kick for obstruction if nothing else here. And again, it's great footwork by Moravcik. Turns away from Holt first of all. Didn't need much encouragement to go down here, and he's certainly obstructed by Gus MacPherson.
MacPherson, the 5th player to see yellow. Moravcik himself standing over the free kick. Moravcik goes for the far post where Mjallby was arriving, and well done Baker, who's injured, because he managed to deal with that despite the rather big physical threat from the giant Swede.
He did really well there, Ian. I don't think he was picking up Johan Mjallby in the first place when the ball was played in, but he managed to get himself back across the ball to the back post and did enough to get it clear. He's taken a sore one in doing so. And he did well there. You can see that Johan Mjallby catches him flush in the back of the head.
Well, when this man collides with you, you certainly know about it. Johan Mjallby. Martin Baker.
There's a good ball played in here by Moravcik. He hangs it up there for Mjallby to go and attack. And Baker, who had been picking up Riseth, manages to get back across the goal and does enough here. Saves the day and takes a sore one.
Kilmarnock 9th in the table, but they're 6 points adrift of Dundee in 8th place. They're only 1 point above the bottom club Aberdeen, of course. So some concern for Bobby Williamson. Baker okay though. Managed only 4 wins in 23 games compared to 19 wins in 26 for Celtic. But there hasn't been that much of a difference between these sides tonight. Kilmarnock might even believe they deserve more than a draw. He certainly will. There is still time for it to be more than a draw as Dindeleux gets ready to take this free kick. Towards Holt. Here's Cocard. No, he didn't connect. No French connection, you might say. Wright. Always been a rough ride when they come here. Celtic, it's always been a tight tussle when the teams have met at Rugby Park. Celtic might be thinking about bringing on Tommy Johnson soon. Remember him? A bit of an outcast. Celtic. Cocard can't turn away from Boyd. Here's Vidal Riseth. And Boyd caught out. Can Kilmarnock capitalise? It's Mitchell. Durrant. Oh, just too high for Cocard. Frenchman who won every domestic honour there is to win in France. Gould's kick finding McNamara, but Kilmarnock have it again. And Smith looking for the return to Baker, but Mjallby muscled in. Dindeleux, another Frenchman who joined from Lille. Petrov was caught. Free kick Celtic. Tommy Johnson is ready to make his first league appearance of the season, having figured against Cocard early on in the UEFA Cup qualifier. While Berkovic makes way, Johnson has become an outcast here really, but with John Barnes' squad down to the bare bones, this genial Geordie gets his chance.
Yeah, good to see him as well. He's had a horrendous time through injury. And it's good to see him back featuring again.
Had a loan spell at Everton earlier in the campaign. I'm sure there might be a few clubs in England showing interest in him, especially if he carries on like this. Riseth. Moravcik. Healy. And it went between Mjallby and Moravcik, and it'll be a Kilmarnock throw. Riseth fouling Smith. A draw for Celtic would leave them 6 points behind Rangers. They would have a good hand, and really they need to keep matching their results at the very least, as Kilmarnock might have a shout here. It's Smith. Ball's been given away so often this evening. Cocard. Gary Holt. Goal kick.
Yeah, I think Gary Holt was at it there. I think he knew it was a goal kick. Crucial stage in the match though. I think you can see by the changes that John Barnes has made that he realises that a draw is no good to Celtic here tonight.
Here's Johnson. Ian Wright let it go for Healy, but he ran in to MacPherson. Moravcik. He was looking for Tommy Johnson, but he went nowhere near him. Petrov. Riseth now. Up towards Viduka. He's going to get there. Not that he's got a lot of support with him, mind you, although Johnson is nearby. He did make himself available. Petrov. Moravcik in there, but Dindeleux alert to the threat. And then it's given away again. Offside against Ian Wright though, and that's not going to count.
Yeah, just as well for Freddie Dindeleux as well. Should have knocked the ball into the back row of the stand, tried to be too clever out the far side there and gave it away. Ian Wright clearly a yard offside as the ball's played in. And just as well for Freddie Dindeleux.
Alan Mahood is going to come on for the closing stages, replacing Ali Mitchell, who gets a rousing round of applause from the fans here. In fact, it's going to be a double substitution because Michael Jeffrey is also going to come on, and Andy Smith makes way for him. Go on and get a goal, might have been the message there. Jeffrey returned to British football after a spell in Holland with Fortuna Sittard. A few English football fans might recognise him from his time at Bolton and Newcastle. Mahood, the other sub, Holt. MacPherson. Here's Holt. Some sort of crossing, but smothered by Jonathan Gould. Baker. Meldrum doesn't want to hang about too long with Ian Wright chasing him. As for handball. Need to throw to Celtic. 4 minutes to go. Viduka. No corner. It's cleared by Mahood, but only to Moravcik, who decided to go for goal. Petrov away towards Tommy Johnson. Johnson just appeared to lose his footing then, allowing Gary Holt to clear. Not that Johnson's giving up the cause yet, and he's got the throw. Always such a determined player. Quick throw as well to Viduka. And Moravcik. Tried handball against Reilly, but no one else did. Holt finally sends it away, and Celtic are putting the pressure on in the closing stages.
Kilmarnock just can't get out at the moment. Sat on top of Colin Meldrum.
By Wright on Dindeleux. having gone 35 games without drawing. Could it be 2 draws in a row for Celtic? 1-1 Rangers before the winter break, 1-1 here at the moment. Durrant. Holt. Looking to inspire Kilmarnock here. He's got the legs. Jonathan Gould's ball. Viduka. Viduka's done well. Dindeleux clears it though. Tommy Johnson is a man in a hurry. He gets it back from Boyd. Away by Reilly. And in fact, it's gone up on the roof. Giving Davey a chance to name his man of the match.
No, I think the Kilmarnock midfield has been superb tonight, Ian. Most of the subtlety has come from this man. He's orchestrated most of what Kilmarnock have done. But the industry beside him, this man here, he'll certainly sleep tonight. I don't know where he gets the energy from. He's been all over this pitch tonight. Closed people down. He's done the shift back away from Kilmarnock, lose it. My Bank of Scotland man of the match.
Well, there are 2 Celtic men offside here. The flag has gone up now. Tommy Johnson might not have been, but others were.
Yeah, that's the great area. Active and passive, the Kilmarnock players stepping out there. You can see Ian Durrant having a go at the linesman. And what do defenders do here? Do they stop?
The 90 minutes are almost up, but there will be 4 minutes of added on time. Holt's header, just dropped the wrong side of Jeffrey, but it will come to him now. Looking for Holt, cut out though by Riseth. It's been a battle this for Celtic. More sloppiness as Petrov gave it away. Cocard chasing, Riseth covering. Kilmarnock have given it a real go tonight, but they might only get a point for their efforts unless something falls in their favour over the next few minutes. Or will Celtic snatch it? It's a lob towards Tommy Johnson, but watched all the way by Colin Meldrum. Celtic, urgent need of a winner. Keep to slip it through to Wright, but it was all wrong. Comfortable, and Riseth finds his fellow Scandinavian Mjallby. Moravcik, and that might come through to Tommy Johnson, except Holt is there. In the end it cannoned off Johnson and through to Meldrum. And McNamara getting stuck in. Just a couple of minutes of added on time remaining. Celtic have struck late a few times this season. They would quite like to do so again. Although maybe Kilmarnock will get another sniff of goal. Riseth. Moravcik. Moravcik delivers. Riseth had actually moved into the box. Here's Healy. Surely offside. It is.
Yeah, he was well offside, and again Ian Wright wanted it earlier there.
Canero, who's played a few games lately, is going to come on to replace the man of the match, Gary Holt, who today. It looks like Kilmarnock will still be seeking their first home win early season, but to suggest that they shouldn't be too troubled by the threat of relegation. Johnson. It's a scoreline that I guess favours Rangers at the moment, David.
Very much so.
Might favour them even more if Kilmarnock go for goal here. Jeffrey. Durrant. Oh, and he tried to tee up MacPherson, but it was cleared by Boyd. And Ian Wright was clattered into by Jim Lauchlan, who's going to up.
Yeah, Jim Lauchlan caught Ian Wright well late there. First time Ian Wright by Jim Lauchlan. Celtic another chance to get into the area.
And hope time for Celtic. But there is no time left. Just a point for John Barnes, who had to field a below par line-up this evening. Mark Viduka's deflected effort gave them the lead very much against the run of play, but another deflected drive from Mark Reilly levelled it up. Who worked really hard tonight, and there's a bit of afters going on. Tommy Johnson sorting it out and fending off from Wright. That challenge right at the end there, and it wanted to say something about it to Jim Lauchlan. The two of them almost squared up, but credit to Johnson and others then who quickly got in to separate them. He's all smiles now though, Wrighty, but he was none too impressed obviously by that challenge from Lauchlan. Maybe he was impressed. Gary Holt, the man of the match for Kilmarnock, a result that will give them plenty of encouragement. They started off superbly, yet fell behind to that effort from Mark Viduka, which took a wicked cannon off Lauchlan, but this is pretty wicked too, off Riseth from Mark Reilly's drive. So Celtic still lagging behind Rangers at the top. Kilmarnock have showed plenty of spirit here to suggest that they won't be hanging around the bottom for too long. At Rugby Park, Kilmarnock 1, Celtic 1.